Hello, everyone, and welcome to this presentation on the topic using extracurricular activities to promote oral communication in EFL classes. This presentation is prepared by Professor Dr. Estelle Bankolé Minaflinou and myself, Cosme Odjo, from the University of Abomey-Calavi in the Republic of Benin. Here is the outline of our presentation. First of all, it is important to mention that English language has become very important in today's world. And when we come to the teaching and learning process, foreign language teaching has become an interactive process because it gives students and teachers to communicate and to interact during the process. Students also are given some real communicative situation to use the language. And they are at the same moment expected to master the 4 language skills. I mean, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. But when we look at the scenario in Benin, maybe in some other country, the devoted time to English language learning is insufficient. Then it is important to look at some key way to promote English language learning through extracurricular activities. That's why we come to this topic. And then when we look at, again, the scenario, the teaching learning process situations in Benin, we notice that students are struggling with English communicative skills. At the same moment, those who have the opportunity to participate in extracurricular activities have chance to promote or to improve or enhance their oral communication. Why those who do not have that opportunity, they cannot improve or enhance their communication. But there is a lack of investment in extracurricular activities in our schools in Benin. Then we ask ourselves, why this happens? Why this situation? And then what is the exact relationship between extracurricular activities and oral communication? And based on that question, we want to explore the impact of extracurricular activities on student oral communication. And in order to come up with some data, we designed 3 research questions that you can see on my screen, the main goals of extracurricular activities and how far that participation in those activities can impact or support the student oral communication. And finally, how we can implement extracurricular activities like English clubs in our schools so as to promote the oral communication. So while reviewing the literatures, we came to know that extracurricular activities are activities that take place out of the regular English classes. And they are also beyond, let's say, out of the school's schedule or curriculum. They also we have also some extracurricular activities, not only in foreign language learning, but we have also extracurricular activities in music, arts, sport, and so on. And we try to see from the literatures the relation between extracurricular activities and academic achievement. And we notice that students who participate in extracurricular activities, they have chance and opportunities to increase or to enhance, or let's say to improve the academic achievements. And also learners who always have the opportunity to be engaged or involved in extracurricular activities are really happy because this is a kind of golden opportunity for them to improve and to practice the language. Then it is important, as the literature says, to promote extracurricular activities in our school. So coming back to the research methodology, we use MIS method because we need qualitative and quantitative data, and let's say, narrative inquiry and case study have been used, and interpretive design is our research design. The data has been collected from some secondary schools of Ueme region in the southern part of Benin, and our research participants were EFL teachers and learners. We use interview and observation, and to collect the data, we design a questionnaire and a observation checklist. To select our participants, we use purposeful sampling or selection because we want to reach some data based on some criteria that we design on our own. After collecting the data, we try to read the data several times, and then we proceed to data tabulation. After data tabulation, we thematize our information, the collected information, then we proceed to the meaning-making process. While collecting the data and throughout this research, we follow also some quality standards and ethical guidelines. For example, we keep our research participant confidentiality and privacy, and the data we collected won't be shared with any third party, and so on. We also follow the quality standard and the ethical guidelines of our university here in Benin. So here is the background information of our participants. As we can see, we have EFL students that have different needs and interests, and they have general English course in the secondary school. We have EFL teachers that are considered as guides and facilitators, but few teachers are trained teachers because of our scenario in Benin. And most of them are selected from public and private secondary school. So from the data we collected, the students recognize the importance of extracurricular activities, and they said that extracurricular activities usually help them to improve their English language and oral proficiency. They also have the chance to speak the English after a regular participation in extracurricular activities. They also made some suggestions in order to improve the extracurricular activities that can become more useful for them. From the teachers' part, as the student, they also notice or confess the importance of extracurricular activities, but due to their class work and teaching overload, they said that few of them have been participating in the extracurricular activities. And they also found it's important that we promote extracurricular activities. But they noticed that we should not put extracurricular activities should not be put under a student's supervision or control only. It should be under expert supervision so that it can be they can be well implemented in our schools. Finally, they suggest us to meet the educational authorities so that they can see how extracurricular activities can be implemented in most of the secondary school, most of the schools in our country. From the English club, as we said at the very beginning, this take part, let's say that it took place in Semekodi area during the school year, and we participate as teacher, we participate in the creation of English club in a school. And at the very beginning, there were 22 students and 2 teachers to guide and to participate in these English club activities. We noticed also when we started these English club activities, our students, most of them had problem in speaking activities, which show the needs and the importance of having such an opportunity. And we also get chance to participate in Benin English Club Summits, which take place every year for English club leaders. And as you can see, there are also some activities that can be implemented during English club members' weekly meeting. And here you have an example of English club activity, and we also visited them in order to see how they work and operate during the meeting. After observing all this, we noticed that after a regular participation, students who take part in extracurricular activities, especially English clubs, they have the chance to improve their performance in English classes. And those who do not participate, they don't have any improvement in the regular classes. And when all of them said that after participating in extracurricular activities, they can improve their oral competencies. The next point is that students, after a long way participation, which is from the finding according to the first research question, which is related to the main goal of extracurricular activities, we notice that students have the opportunity to improve and enhance their skill, knowledge, and attitude after participating in extracurricular activities, mainly in English clubs, as you can see there. And let's move to the next point. Students also, our research participants, either teachers and students, they agree that students, while participating, as we can see, 80.8 of them said that after participating in English club activities, student has the opportunity to enhance, to support their interpersonal relationship and the social skills, as we can see. The next point is related to the provision of speaking techniques. When students participate and teachers also contribute to extracurricular activities, especially English clubs, we notice that there is an opportunity for them to come across some speaking techniques that can help them to improve their speaking and oral communication. As you can see, this was confirmed or agreed by 76% of them. So the next point is student oral communication. Altogether, they found extracurricular activities according to the second question, which is related to the impact. They say that student oral communication, when they participate, those activities are really helpful for them to enhance and to improve their oral communication. The next point is related to the impact as well on academic and personal situation. And they reveal, let's say they confess that 73% of them confess that English club have let's say, positive impacts on the academic and personal situation. The last point regarding this second question is assessing students' application and giving scholarship. As you can see, we have 49% of them that say that participating in English club do not give them chance to assess or to get a scholarship. But when you see 51% agree that participating in extracurricular activities, especially English club, can give them opportunity to get a scholarship. And the last research question regarding implementation of English clubs. For this, we notice in our research finding, first we try to present and to discuss the contribution of English clubs, because during English club, students have chance to perform some activities that are they are not able to perform in their regular classes. And in order to support club leaders, we designed a guideline for the club activities. And before people who want to set, let's say, to start to create or to have an English club in their school, they need to set their goals, plan and their activities. And in order to support them, we propose here some tips for successful English clubs and how they can encourage the students' participation. And some also strategies have been designed or presented in order to monitor and follow up English club activities. And finally, the way they can evaluate and improve the English club activities also has been presented in this finding. So after discussing this data that we collected from the fields, we noticed that it is very important to make extracurricular activities mandatory in our schools. And we need to involve a large number of students so that most of them get opportunity and chance to practice the language. And it is also very important for club leaders to choose age-appropriate activities and materials and provide also students with the related information. Finally, the club leaders need to organize mostly language proficiency activities, because in the regular classes, they mostly learn for grades. But when it comes to extracurricular activities, and especially English club, it is important to give them opportunity to improve the speaking. And the next point is very important, that class materials needed to be connected to the extracurricular activities so that students see extracurricular activities, for example, English club, as an extension of the regular classes. And to make this more valuable and according to the 21st century skills and demands, we needed to include ICTs in extracurricular activities. So at the end of this presentation, we came across the effect of extracurricular activities on oral proficiency. And we also discussed some problem faced by the student with extracurricular activities, even by teachers, busy timetables, fear of speaking in public, and the lack of available materials. And finally, we came up with some ways to forward, for example, how to organize language-related extracurricular activities and how to improve student oral communication. This is the end of our presentation. Here are some of the references and some of the references. So if you have any question, any contribution, please feel free to add, because this will help us to update and to improve our presentation. Thank you so much for your attention, and over to you, dear moderator.